not like this.
Hello. Dad. Hello.
So this is me, my friends. As you can see, I'm French. Maybe it wasn't obvious at the beginning, but now you know. So I'm Yajijy, this is Etienne that will back me up for the commentaries.
Hello.
And this is Legend of Korra New Game Plus Extreme. So I would just like take a few seconds to talk about the category itself. Or maybe not, I don't know. So this is all about New Game Plus, meaning that I have all of the elements maxed to the maximum level. And I will have different items that are already equipped. So the synergy is fine. Is like I have the maximum power possible, but in exchange, my HP bar will be divided by 4, meaning that I will be powerful, but at the same time, it's like some mistakes can be deathly for me. So it will be a delicate run to perform. But let's see. So if we're ready, I will start to count down. So 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh. Good luck, Yaj. So we begin with this phase in a pretty strange world with a lot of monsters. If you don't know, the Legend of Korra is based on the following of a pretty well of the following of the Avatar, a pretty well awesome anime. And in this phase, we are it's just a tutorial phase to know how to control every element. We are in a world where some humans doesn't have any power, but some other ones can control elements. But there is one person, the chosen ones, who can control every element. This is the Avatar, and he's or she is here to make the balance in the world. And of course, it's our character, Korra, for these games. So in this phase, yeah, there is nothing else to do. There is no time to win because it's definitely in some autoscroller when you have to just do some combos, test your powers. Because as you will see, the games we will of course skip every single cutscene in these games, and the game will tell to us that we have to come back 1 week earlier. Oh, we don't see it because Yajijy mentioned, and all of the beginning of this game is a flashback. So we begin with the national sports in this world, the Speedrunning, and at the very beginning of this match, our 2 allies are getting down very fast by the opponent team. But so we have to make this 3 versus 1s, but the very first phase comes very early. There is a way to win a lot of time in this phase by aligning 2 enemies at the same lines. Oh, perhaps no. Too bad, a little bit to the left. And if an enemy is enter in collision with one of those allies, it will eject. Oh, like this, perfect. That's a lot of time wins because you just have to deal with 2 enemies because of that. Pretty well made. And that was the Speedrunning match with a platinum medal. Pretty easy to get for this chapter.
So now it's already chapter 1 is done. We have like 8 chapters in total, and let's go for chapter 2. Following the story of the game itself, it's like at this part of the game we are supposed to have lost all of our powers, but because it's a New Game Plus, we are supposed to stick to the story and recover them one by one. But because it's a New Game Plus, we keep them during the whole category and the whole round.
It was Lyricum, this mysterious old bad man. Yeah. So talking about which strategy Yajijy will use in this New Game Plus Extreme category, because it's a hardest mode possible, is the hardest difficulty possible. So he will mainly use 2 elements. The first one is the air, as you can see, this is the air scooter. This board is named this air scooter. This is the fastest way to traveling into a level, but that's also pretty difficult to handle at the. But of course, with some skills, that's pretty useful and pretty fast. And the second one, as you just saw, is the fire. Fire have two big advantages. The very first one is that can teleport you immediately at your next opponent. That's win lots of time. And you can also begin a combo with the fire and finish it with the air element to spot 4 big tornado, and that's deal a tons of damage. So here we go. Finish the combo. Oh, it just finished with the fire because it's on. Here we go for the tornado at the end of this combo. Once again, after deal, you have to be careful about those dark zone because Yajijy will lose some HP if he stay on this. But that was a pretty well-made rooms. Oh yeah. About this game itself, it's a beat them all. So every single level is divided by rooms when you have to beat all of the enemies to escape from these rooms. So, but there is also some pretty straightforward sections that you don't have to beat any enemies. So here we go for another part of the gameplay of these games. This is, if you know Temple Run, for example, it's exactly the same things. We have 3 different lines, and we are with a Naga or beer dog, a mix between a beer and a dog, yeah. And for this part, we still have all 4 elements, and the 2 main elements we will use is, first of all, the water. As you can see, there is the water shield that can protect you for weak damage, like hitting a car or something like that in the front, but that don't protect you from hitting a wall. If you hit a wall, you will getting back from a checkpoint, that's lose you time, so you have to be careful about that. And the second one is the air, I mean, once again. The air elements give you a dash, and that's of course save you lots of time. So as soon as possible, Yajijy will use the air. There we go. The air will just refill, and there we go. Another possibility with the air elements is to have more time in the air by doing a certain attack. But it's not really needed because for making some corner, it's way safer to be on the ground because sometimes there is a weird glitch in the air if you do a corner. You can hit the corner itself if you do it a little bit too early. That's a weird glitch, to be honest. And that was the very first phase with Naga. Pretty solid start. Incoming the air temple. Because in these stories we have to recover, as Yajijy say, all of our powers, and one of them we have to recover is here to block 4 different jars from the 4 different spirit jars.
Skip incoming, maybe.
Yeah, let's see. Yes, that's a pretty good skip. Once here, Yajijy just used the there we go for the jar. There we go. Here, Yajijy just skip an entire combat phase by teleporting himself from this mecha tank by using the fire fire teleportation. So yeah, and that's make 4, and you're coming a cutscene skip. There we go. Normally here you just recover the water element, if I'm right.
Yeah, I'm supposed to collect the 4 jars of spirit water, and I should be fine to recover my water power.
There we go. So that was the very first mini boss is already done. To explain another strategy to be fast in these games, many times you will have to fight some mini boss like that, some sage. They are pretty strong enemies, but by using the finish with the water element, Korra will do a certain animations, and because this animation also can hit opponents that are very close in close combat from Korra, you can save a lot of time by dealing with other enemies with the finisher by using the finisher on another enemy. So we'll see that at the end of this temple. If Yajijy can do a 3-in-1, that should be great. That's pretty hard.
First of all, I need to stun someone, and I used to use water as a finishing move. And if I'm good enough, I can be able to take down more people than expected.
There is part of RNG, of course, also because they have to stay on the stem, and
Two.
that's make 2 in 1. That's not so bad. Remains the earth mini boss. Here normally, oh, there we go. Ah, too bad.
I died.
There we go again. As Yajijy said, he used 2 very dangerous items to upgrade this damage. That's divide this life bar by 4. So any single mistake is really dangerous in this category. So here we go again, and 3 in 1. No. Too bad. He just escaped. Once again, so we have to deal with this guy. Yeah. And he's done, but you just go. Yajijy just don't go for the finish because it's faster to just deal with it normally. Anyway, that was not a very punishing death. There is one big punishing death can happen in stage 6 or 5. I don't remember the number anyway. So incoming on the main city on this world, and in the very because this Legend of Korra is the following of the anime, the Avatar, and this is there is a lot of new technology happened in this world, like cars, like flying machines. Incoming a pretty important section of rooms here, because there is some enemies on the top of these rooms, and if Yajijy finish by those enemies, sometimes he can win time because he will finish of course at the top of the room and can immediately go for the next room by being on the top of the wall. So let's see. There we go, like this, exactly. He just finished by the one off from the top. A way to recover your life in this game is to pick some tiny cloud. Happens when you destroy some enemies. Teleportations, and 3 other guys. You have to let's care about them. Once again, using the finishing move, perhaps. Oh no, just deal with it normally. Once again, the tiny cloud to recover this life. Grabbed by the grappling hook can lose you a lot of time, and that's fine. You just buff this momentum by doing some spin at the bottom of the wall. Unfortunately, the air scooter is not something really effective. Incoming, no, there remains one fight, but after that we have a pretty interesting skip, only possible in New Game Plus, because in New Game that's totally impossible. You have to pick up. You normally don't have the element necessary for the skipping coming. That's so fast here. 40 seconds.
It's fine. So now I'm supposed to fight a boss to have back the earth element, because it's necessary to break a gate with it. But because it's New Game Plus, I don't need it, and because I have fire and air elements. Oops.
Oh, too bad.
Unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Let's just redo it from the beginning.
So mixing air and fire elements, I should look to grab
There we
edge
go.
like this. And so I can completely skip one boss.
Well made.
Easy.
We just saw that's not normal to just have this dash and just this double jump from the ledge. So this is the very last fight of this chapter. We have to be careful because sometimes this can be dangerous because of the poor life. Let's see if the finish will deal so with many. 2 in 1 remains the fire element ones, but is get instantly destroyed. Wow, that was pretty well optimized, to be honest. That was very fast. So we have this section with our mates. We just saw her, just here.
So this is like General talking to us. I can do much more. Like I need to wait until she's finished talking, and then we'll go to the next part, which will be Naga's run.
Yeah.
So this will be basically, well, you already know how it's about. So when not much to say, so I think it's a good time for donations.
Yeah, definitely.
Smitty Senpei donated $10. Let's go Yajijy, good luck. De la part de la rangée derrière toi.
Whoa.
This bot speak well French. One
Yeah,
more, that's
you
it.
can.
Rogday donated $15. Go Yajijy. You can do it even with a night without sleep.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, because you have a pretty important. This is the man from the info desk.
This was a secret.
Once again, still using the refill of the air dash. Be careful about, of course, many corner. But all of those sections are 100% scripted, so you just have to be careful to don't be too late when you use when you turn. This is the because if you have some troubles, for example, with weak obstacles, you still have the time to play a little bit safe, still until the water shield recover. Pretty solid for the moment, and since we are
Yes.
That's
so as you can see on the building, water shield doesn't work.
Yeah.
It was well.
Fortunately, we just recover from the checkpoint, so that's not so much time lost. There we go. This one is tough because you have to jump across a car and turn around immediately after that. As I said, it's pretty dangerous to do a corner in the air.
I think it's like more dangerous to do play the game without sleeping, but I think this is a detail, small detail.
Definitely. Incoming a boss, the Mecha Tank himself, but of course with all tornado, and as you can see at the top left, Yajijy switch between the fire elements and the tornado, and you can also asking yourself why the bar of the three different bar of elements, that's the chi bar, is always full. That's normal because one of the two hit item we speak about that divide the Yajijy life by 4 actually is one of them allow Yajijy to always have a full bar of chi. So but that's pretty dangerous because that divide your life by 2 and the other one divide your life also by 2 to give you extra damage. The item number 3 also give you extra damage, and the item, the last item, give you you cannot be stunned by many enemies if your bar of chi is full. But because of the first item we talk about, it's a pretty nice combo because you're always immune from the stun. So this is definitely the best 4 item you can get for this NG plus extreme category, but of course it's very dangerous. So incoming the next chapter in the South Pole. Yeah, it's South Pole. So here we have a tiny tutorial to make combos. So you have to use.
This is like a part when I have to recover the firebending. But by doing that, I need to execute a 50 combo here. So we'll be basically running away like this. Okay. Let's do a redo. So I will basically use a main heavy attack that I failed twice. It's fine. Oh. Too much here.
There we go.
This is fine, I guess.
And there we go. That's make 50. Yeah, you cannot kill all of the enemy as Yajijy did like that, because the problem is you will not reach the 50 combos. So you have to use another attack for this one. Oh, incoming a pretty dangerous section. Oh.
This is a secret technique.
Secret technique. There we go again. Yeah, it's a little bit too early. This one is tough because normally you have to use the right, of course, the right platforms. There we go for the safety strat. Safety.
This is fine.
Yeah. Oof. honestly, that was
It
fast.
sounds like easy, but
Yeah.
you need to really get used to the air scooter because it's very difficult to drive it.
They have a lot of momentum in this air scooter. It's very dangerous. Getting care about, yeah. And refill because of the. Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, Mecha Tank and the camera. Ah, too bad. Mainly because of the thunder.
The catch was like very surprising.
Yeah. Because one of those enemies have a grappling hook, and that's very dangerous because these things, the item I speak about, doesn't make you safe against this grappling hooks. So you have to be careful about that. Okay. There we go with fire elements. The Mecha Tank was dead? Oh my god, I didn't see.
I took him down first to be sure that I won't have any trouble.
Perfect. Here comes a pretty impressive line of enemies. So we have to deal with them because now our enemies know that we are the Avatar. And of course, the old man we just saw at the very beginning have some bad plan for the world, as we will see later. Incoming another Mecha Tank, and we will see a pretty interesting optimizations of a pretty interesting optimization to be fast in these games. Let's see at the very end. So incoming, there we go. So Yajijy just use the finish with the water because the finish with the water is one of the fastest animations for this enemy, for the Mecha Tank. The other one that's pretty well fast is the earth, but yeah, we're pretty used to don't use the earth except for take down the walls. So incoming with another phase with Naga, so it can be a good moment for some donation if
Nepomuk donated $5. Domo arigato, Mr. Baguetto.
All right, thank you, Nepomuk.
So once again, we have to take care about all of this corner. Ooh, flying corner. After that, we will have a pretty dangerous, probably the biggest run killer of this run. So I'm prepared for that. I'm 100% sure everything will going fine. Also, all of the tiny blue things you see all over. Ooh, flying with the dash. Nice. That's also pretty dangerous if you don't have a big straight line because I say it's really safer to do corner on the ground. So yeah, all of the things you can collect is money to. For example, buy items and so on. But Yajijy did this game so many times that you have 2 millions and 300k of 2 millions and 300k of this. So he definitely safe to. And our checkpoints.
So after this one, this will be a fight between me and 3 Mecha Tanks, but I will be still riding Naga. So this is a very special gameplay, and you will see the use of me hitting the wall.
At the that was the very last corner, but anyway, we got checkpoints. Let's go again. So yeah, about the next following fight, it's a fight against 3 Mecha Tank, and that can be very bad. This is the main run killer, because this fight is very long, and that's also Mecha Tanks pattern are 100% random, and one of those patterns is very dangerous. Those Mecha Tanks will, for example, during this pretty dangerous pattern summon or make ice blocks. And those ice blocks is an instant death. The water shell cannot block those ice blocks. And the problem is also the Mecha Tanks can turn during summoning the ice blocks, and when they do that, they are pretty far. So Yajijy cannot do any damage to them if they're doing that. So far so good for the RNG. Once against the dash. Downs. Switching, that's also can happens. One again switch, so this is for the moment a pretty good RNG. Staying on close combat. Okay. This is, oh my god, during a corner. Nice. Okay, this is the last pattern, the ice block. This is the one I speak about. This is the very dangerous one. There we go. That's fine. That's make once. Okay, remains 2. The mecha tanks also have grappling hooks. That's pretty scary because they're coming back as for the grappling hook once again. Nice dodge. Okay, pretty good. The fire elements can also destroy every single fire ice blocks and also destroy some of the disc. Okay, that should be a first try because this one doesn't have a lot of life. There we go. This is a huge time loss if you die here because you have to redo all of those 3 mecha tanks during this very long phase. So I think honestly, some of death are not so punishing, but this one is really punishing. So incoming for the next chapter, we are getting. I don't think if it's the next chapter. I don't think so, but we are close from this light pillar, and we are to deal once again with those mans getting destroyed by the water finishing once again, and incoming another phase, not for making a combo this times, but for making a dodge, as you will see. So Yajijy will let many enemies alive, but intentionally to, like that, improve this combo. He will just destroy all of them to have in-fighter, close combat here, and making some free dodge once again. There we go. On the other side, and that's make 15. Pretty fair. That was pretty fast. And at this moment in a classical games and the very first playthrough, we recover the air elements, the very last one and probably the most powerful one.
So that might be boring a bit, but basically on this game we just would like to have a 4 combo, and each time we reach a 4 combo, it's like depending of the element we are using, we could have like different properties depending. And we basically want to have the fastest way to reach the 4 combo using fire element first. And after that, on the 4th combo, using switching to tornadoes, to airbending, to be able to make tornadoes appear.
Exactly.
To add some damages.
Incoming chapter 6. So this will be a really straightforward chapter with many room, with a lot of monsters. We are actually, we just actually passed the spirit door, this light pillar, and we are in the spirit world, actually, because the old man, this name is Undum. This is the main, the very last, the main bad guy in this game. Yeah, the big bad guy, the last boss of this game, of course. And he's not part human. He's also a spirit. And I will fix this. As we say, the avatar is here to make the balance in this world. But the problem is that Undum will rule the world with all of those spirits. So will want to. He will not. He want to, but we will stop him.
So I will try to escape here. Let's see.
And does it hurt? Because we have to deal with this bad guy.
That's a big one.
No.
That's definitely a big one. No.
Oh, and I got... It went worse because now he's basically invincible, so I have no choice but to wait.
Oh,
As you
damn
can
it.
see, I deal nothing.
Oh, damn it.
Basically, the skip is like... I'm supposed to use tornadoes to be able to do some damages while the giant spirit is appearing. And if I'm able to doing that correctly, it might appear with 0 HP, and so it will be very simple.
Let's
to
try
take it
again.
down. Oh, missing one. Missing one.
Interesting. Just pop behind you, so... So is that the good timing?
I don't know.
Oh, I see to her,
Maybe.
perhaps.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
There we go. Pretty good skip. There we go. The bad guy. Doom. I think it's yeah, an enemy with this sloth. So incoming, pretty dangerous. Not this one. The next one is pretty dangerous, but we have to be careful about our life at this moment because yeah, if you fight across this dark area, that can be bad for your HP.
So we try once again the standing strategy.
Yeah. Oh, the finish with the fire. Anyway.
Well,
Have to do it normally, but at this moment,
Oh,
oh damn,
that's it.
yeah, a hit from a projectile. Anyways, we will just yeah, recover from this just before these rooms. Let's go again for the that should be
Okay.
2 in 1. There we go, and we going for life.
that wasn't good, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. That's a good things to try. Difficult things, especially in this room, because even if it's not going well, the checkpoint is very close. Once again, very big spirits, but we deal with them instantly because of the tornadoes. Ooh, that was a hit from the Bettina's one.
Some people aren't helping me right now.
Actually, we play on this game on PS4. The games was also released on Steam, but I don't know if that remains on Steam actually. So I think it's remains some keys of the games, but I don't know. We have to check that. Yeah, it's definitely the bad guy. And if the next area will remember you some things, that's totally normal, because we are already here at the very beginning of the game. But before that, we have to deal with some nightmare in this chapter number 7.
A nice supportive
Yeah, there is all part of the French crew behind us.
So basically, I'm supposed to fight Undun, but first he will set me back to all places that we already visited,
Yeah.
but in a nightmare way.
And we hear Doom as this bad voice. So deal with all of the enemy with the tornado. There we go. And of course remains more, but by pre-shotting the air attack before the enemy spawns, that's of course give you a lot of damage. not to you, but to all of the enemy, of course. Hey, Tatsumeki Senpukaku! No, we are not in Street Fighter. That was also a pretty satisfying game to play at the very first time. Also is pretty beautiful, to be honest, especially if you like animes.
And on this part especially, it's like Undun is supposed to speak, but because we are sometimes too fast, it's like the fight is finished, but we still need to wait because it's completely scripted.
This is why you can do some fire dash for nothing, because we have to wait we have to wait the final monologue of the bad guy. So incoming a prop-ending fight, go Yajijy, you can win that.
Yeah.
No, you want to take a break? Anyway. That's not going well. As you expected, that's totally intended. Because, the fastest way to deal with this phase is just to die. Hey, you come back just at a good moment for the second round of your match, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You just have the... Round 2! Here we go! But this is the only one that's needed in this fight, because that will be a true fight and not a prop-ending match. And 1, and 2, and 3. There we go! With a pretty huge platinum medal.
And here, once again, I'm faster than the Undun's pitch, so I needed to wait a bit, once again.
Remains some nightmare, but before that we have Yajijy have to set up a different item here, because because in this phase we have to take care about the attack of this free mecha tank. Only the free mecha tanks is important in this phase. We have to deal with them. With the fastest way to deal with is to do this smash from the there we go. Smash the grounds like that, perfect. And the problem is, of course, is we will get some damage, and this is why Yajijy doesn't remove one of those items who divide this life to make this phase a little bit. That was very fast, actually, to be honest. Not any use of you refill your life one time, I think, but I don't think that was because of the items. That was so fast that I didn't see. Huge fight in your middle.
Actually, this fight is very difficult because I'm supposed to be stronger because I'm a giant Korra. In fact, this is really opposite. It's like Korra has like slower movements, and dealing with all of the mecha tanks, it could be really complicated.
Yeah, because you're very slow. Just have to take care about those giant ones to don't get hit.
Stop.
Oh.
Stop, please.
There we go. And once we are in this
basically
phase,
we came back to the chapter 1.
Yeah. So we just saw the power of the item from the right here, the yellow talisman. This time is the talismans, and it only works if you are full of chi. So this is why normally Yajijy should be knocking back by all of this attack, but now, because once again we will have some talk by all mates, we'll waiting to have to free our minds to be the avatars. Yeah, you definitely be. You will have a great sleep after this run, dude. I'm 100% sure of that.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Now, by the power of the 4 elements at the same time, we'll use a pretty awesome attack. Explosions! And we'll just spam this attack in this in the avatar mode because it's by far the most powerful attack of this mode. It remains a part of the light bar of this ones, and there we go.
There we go. So we're already at chapter 8, so this will be the final one. And this will be a tough fight.
Oh yeah, because of course we'll fight Doom and also these brothers, because yeah, you have a brother on this back. And there is, in this fight can be really difficult, especially on the second part of the fight, because you have to do a pretty impressive stun lock if Yajijy doing it correctly. But first of all, let's wait the movement of the boss. Let's see. No. Okay, fine. Yeah, this is this one. This one. The very big kick is definitely the pattern that you will want to see. Once again, deal with those enemies. Using the combo for the tornado, refill the life, that's perfect with this tiny cloud.
Oh.
Remains one. There we go. Ooh, yeah, a tiny step into the dark area. Block, perfect. He will pass into the second phase. Yeah, here we go. So this one, Yajijy will use the water element to hit the boss at distance by using some water projectiles. And also the boss can sometimes summon a very big rock that you have to deal with. So let's see. He can also summon those clones. So definitely the true last. Oh, this is the second ones. There we go. That's very good. This is. Yeah, snakes are very dangerous, especially if all of them. Here we go, the big rock, and that's totally fine. Incoming the very important phase. If all of the things going well, normally the boss will not have the opportunity to teleport himself, and that will save us a lot of time. But what he's doing?
This one?
Really need
No.
Not this one too.
I'm waiting.
Ouch. That was a pretty surprising dash. There we go again, but we have there we go. This one. So now is blocked, and Yajijy will use a very impressive item to pass into the avatar mode like that, re-equip the item that divides this life par 2 and boosts this damage, and there we go. Okay, cool. Once again. There we go again. Still have the time.
That's
no.
Good. That's good.
That's good?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the transition of the phase 3. So that was the skip, so it's pretty fine.
So basically the strategy was to use an active item to turn into a special ultimate avatar form. And it was like using heavy attack, but because the boss was stuck between me and the wall, he wasn't able to be projected and being able to go away that far.
And this phase is very, very easy. So you just have to spam your explosions like that, and he's already done. So incoming some some quick time events. Here we go. To have a very good middle, you need to be and a spin and smash it. Woo! Even if it's with a dev, that was a nice boss, especially the skip with the block with the wall. Honestly, a pretty difficult boss, especially if he don't give you the best pattern. But the run is not finished. We still have a match to do, because the run will end when we wins this Speedrunning match. So here we go. But this time we will have both of our allies. They are a little bit a step up from the beginning of the games. So this time we will fight on 3 versus 3, and the time will coming up when we beat the very last enemies out of this platform. So as at the very beginning of the games, if we can deal with 2 enemies at the same time, that's just great. And
My friends are the best.
yeah. You can go, yeah, your oh my god, your allies do an awesome work actually. Oh no, and you have a double, nice. The problem is that it doesn't count, yeah, because you are always on the first ones. This is also a credit part, so. And there we go.
Whatever.
Be ready at the timer, by the way. Oh, that doesn't count for double. And time. That. Honestly, that's a very hard category because yeah, you can dive to barely anything in these games, and that was a pretty solid one. Most of the you show most of the biggest just skip on most of the biggest strategy happened in this run. So even if there is some depth, that was a pretty good run. To be honest, let's see.
Waiting for the end. This is important.
Oh, okay.
This part.
Hey, thanks for playing. Thanks for playing.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks for playing.
The voice in this game are pretty awesome. Yeah.
So I guess this is the end. So I would like to thank first Etienne for backing me up for the commentaries. Thank you, Liva, for the stream too. Thank you, ESA, for accepting this run. And thank you to all of my flag friends. Yeah. And shout out to the Avatar: The Last Airbenders communities and the Legend of Korra community, like Dolphin Dasher, Wolfalus, Tylus 4D, depending of the name, depending of the period, and Lefion and other people that I might forget because I'm very tired and I didn't sleep and sorry and whatever. So have a good day and enjoy ESA.
Okay.